Namaste, namaste, and welcome to Monday morning chair yoga. I hope that you are feeling good today. So, we have been working over the last few weeks with various pieces of equipment, and today we're going to use a small handheld weight. And this one that I've got is actually 1.5 kilo, but that's only because it's the smallest one that I've got to hand. Really, something a bit lighter than this would be good. So I know that Janice, who's doing this live, is using a small can of water, but something like that, a bottle of water is fine if you don't have any handheld weights. If you've got the ones that strap on your wrists, then they're quite nice as well. And you're looking for around about 1 pound or half a kilo to a kilo. So that is ideal. We'll put it to one side. All of the things that we do today can be done without a weight, and that is fine too. Okay, so let us start at the front of our seats, just sitting nice and tall, relaxing the hands, thinking about that gentle lift through the back of the body, particularly lengthening the back of the neck and finding that sense of lifting the crown of the head upwards. We're going to here close the eyes or gaze gently downward. And take this moment just to mentally step away from whatever's going on around you, to step into this time and space for yoga. And as you do that, perhaps you can feel an easing of the tension across your forehead and around your jaw and your shoulders. And if not, then helping that along, so softening those places. Maybe giving yourself a small, slight smile that helps to release tension in the face. Notice how your body feels in this moment. Any areas of tightness or stiffness or discomfort. Remembering to work kindly and compassionately with them throughout our practice. Also noticing at least one part of the body that feels spacious, peaceful, and at ease. Let that sense of ease ripple out from wherever it's centered, softening, soothing the body as it goes. Notice your breath in this moment. Notice the sensations of your breath and the parts of the body that move as you breathe. Whenever you're ready, you can gently deepen your breath, filling the whole of the lungs. And as you gently exhale, engaging the belly muscles to exhale fully. Soften the belly to breathe deeply into the sides of the body, the back and the chest. Long, slow, steady breath out, engaging your belly muscles to exhale completely. Soft belly to breathe into the rib cage, the collarbones, the shoulder blades. Long, steady breath out, engaging to breathe out fully. Just allowing the breath to move in this rhythm. A few more deep breaths, drawing in that energy, prana, vitality that will help us in our practice. At the end of your next exhalation, gently drawing the chin towards the chest, allowing your breath to fall into its natural rhythm and fall into quietness. And from this position, maybe rolling the right ear towards the right shoulder, and then the chin back to the chest, and the left ear towards the left shoulder, and chin to chest. And we can go from side to side, this arc of a semicircle in front of the body, just gradually seeing if, as we make the movements, the opportunities open for a little bit more movement. We're not forcing it, but if it naturally comes, we can move into those spaces. And then the next time your chin comes towards your chest, just allowing it to rest there for a moment, giving yourself a soft smile, and then bringing the head to an upright position. And we're going to think about length in the neck, and then make a little sideways figure of 8 with our nose. So we're drawing the nose through the air, making these small movements. And you can make them really small if you like. It's quite nice to do something really small. And then make them a little bit bigger. Just tracing that sideways figure of 8, infinity sign for those who are mathematically not minded. And then going the opposite way. We'll start with the bigger movements going in the opposite direction. And then we're going to work our way to slightly smaller and slightly smaller still, until we are back to center. Freeing the shoulders and the arms to roll in circles. Oh, that feels so good. Our first class this morning was really toughy, so my shoulders are feeling a little tired. But hopefully yours are not feeling too tired. We'll go the opposite way as well. Very nice. Very good. And then we're going to move one arm at a time. So we're going to start with the left hand, and we're going to make a movement with the palm facing outwards, like you were polishing a window or waving to someone in a really bizarrely big fashion. So a little polishing of the window, and then we're going to make this movement a little bigger and see if we can gradually move into a really enormous circle with that arm. And it might be that you have to turn your body with your movement as well. And that's okay. Firming the belly muscles, firming the feet into the floor to make that movement nice and large. Let's do one more. Rest that arm down. Just take a moment to feel the difference between the two sides, and then preparing to do the same with the right hand. Just starting with polishing the window in front of you. We're gradually making that movement a little larger. And keep going until it feels like the biggest movement we can make. Maybe even the chest is moving and the head is moving with us. Exploring that space around us. Not straining, just doing what comes naturally. We'll do one more. And resting the hands. Just taking a moment here, feeling the effect of our practice. We're going to reach the arms nice and wide, and then bring the hands together in front of the body, rounding through the spine, chin to chest. And here, we're not really bringing ourselves forward. It's more that we take the back of the body backwards and scoop in, and then we're going to draw the arms back to the sides and reach them, palms facing up. So palms facing towards each other as we round the spine forward, chin to chest, scooping the belly in, and then drawing the hands through space, palms facing back to begin with, and then palms facing up at the end. Rounding through the spine, and then opening through the chest. Rounding through the spine, opening through the chest. Let's do one more like that. Rounding through the spine, opening through the chest. And here we're going to float the arms down to the side and just give the shoulders a little shrugging roll one way and then the other. Doing anything that feels good with the neck as well. We don't need to keep that rigid. We can move it with our movements. Nicely done. And then here we're going to do a little bit of twisting. So we're going to bring the feet and the knees really close together. And we just want to keep them together. So there's a tendency as we twist to let the knees sort of come apart. We want to try and keep them centered if we can. So we're going to take the arms out to the side, feel that lift through the body, opening the chest as we breathe in. As we breathe out, just gently turning to the right. We're not going far, we're just taking the hands across the body, coming back to the center and turning to the left. Press the feet into the floor and the crown of the head up at the same time as we turn from side to side, allowing the head to follow the movement if that feels good. You can keep your head more centered if you prefer. Let's do 2 more to each side. That means 2 more to the right and 2 more to the left. 1 more to the right and 1 more to the left. Finishing by coming back to the center, and we'll take 2 cleansing breaths here. So we're going to breathe in, take the arms around the body and up, maybe look slightly up, and breathe out, palms together at the center of the chest. And 1 more like that, breathing in, arms around the body and up. Breathing out, palms together at the center of the chest. Lovely. We're going to take the feet now a comfortable distance apart, whatever feels good to you, and have the hands down by the sides for some side bending. So here in the center, nice and firm with the belly, and we're just gently sliding one hand down the chair and back to center, and then the other side. If you find side bending irritates your back, you can do much more upright, just gentle bends. You can leave this out completely if you feel that's the right thing for you to do. Press into your feet at the same time. That helps us to press down with the buttocks as well, so that we can really stabilize the bottom of the body as we move from side to side. For those who wish to, you can reach the outside arm up and over. That is completely optional. It does make it more challenging, but do what feels right to your body. So here we need to switch on our belly muscles a little bit more. Maybe find some space, and you can do something halfway where you lift the arm just a little bit instead of all the way over. Let's do 1 more to each side. So we've got 1 more to the right and 1 more to the left. Very good. And then coming back to the center, we're going to reach the arms out away from us and then float the arms down to the sides. Give the shoulders a little roll. Very nice. And then we're going to reach the arms really wide. And we want the arms here to be around about chest height. So it is quite common for people to lift their arms too high here. And then that sort of pinches into the neck or the back. So we want to reach the arms out to the sides. It's a really good idea to check where your arms are. And then we're rolling 1 palm forwards and 1 palm backwards. So we're drawing the shoulder blades towards each other, pressing the feet into the floor to sit really tall, 1 arm forwards, 1 arm backwards, thinking about where the palms are turning, but the center of the body is nice and still. It's just the shoulders moving, just the arms and shoulders moving. And then having done this in this really contained way, we can also do a little movement the same, but letting the shoulders move all the way forwards and backwards, maybe looking to the upturned palm and away from the downturned palm. We'll do 1 more to each side. Back to the center, and then float the arms slowly down, just like they're buoyed on cushions of air, coming slowly to the sides of the body, rolling the shoulders. Place the hands onto the thighs and take a moment just to feel the effect of your practice. If there's anything that feels like it needs a little extra wriggle or a shake out, just feeling free to do that. Not a problem at all. Now we are going to stand up to do quite a lot of our practice today. So let's activate the feet. We're going to spread the toes out, give them a little wiggle, and then float up onto the balls of our feet. So heels up, and then heels down and toes up. I might just take myself a little bit further back so it's easier to see. So up onto balls of feet, back onto heels, both legs at the same time. Now, if you feel that one of your legs behaves differently from the other, one foot very different from the other, one ankle different from the other, then you can do this as alternates. And that gives you an opportunity to move into the fullest range of movement for each side independently. It's a little bit more challenging for us mentally to do one side differently from the other. So if you want that additional challenge as well, then you can do these alternate front and back. So we've always got one heel lifted, one toe lifted, and then swap sides. It's quite common to forget to lift one of the things. So give yourself a break. Don't worry about that if that happens. And then we're going to bring the feet back down to the floor, shift ourselves all the way back in our seats so that we can lengthen the legs forward and just give them a little kick. So we're moving the knees now, a little bend and stretch. We're not trying to get the legs absolutely straight, and we're not trying to bend them as much as we can either. It's a really nice, gentle movement, a freeing, childlike quality to the movement. And then you can bring the legs up to wherever feels good. And it could be right out in front of you. It could be a little bit lower down. Doesn't really matter. We're rolling the feet at the ankles, just giving the ankles a nice little massage there. At the same time, try not to slump forward. Try to sit tall. You can even hold on to the back of your chair. We're going to roll the ankles the opposite way as well. Holding the back of the chair helps us to have that sense of connection backwards so that we're not slumpy, we're nice and lifted. But one quickie ankle. And then we're floating the feet down to the floor. And now we do our sit to stand. So I'm just turning my chair ever so slightly sideways so it's easier to see. Enough of your buttocks and perhaps the tops of the thighs so you feel really confident when you sit back down that the chair is exactly where it's going to be. And this is definitely an opportunity to have a nice, solid, heavy chair, and even to place your chair up against a wall if you're worried about it moving. Definitely not one for doing on a rolly chair. So we're firming the belly muscles. We've got the feet underneath the knees, and we're going to just gently lift the hips a little. So we floated, and then we release down. We can use the arms, a little momentum to help that gentle lift and lower. And we're looking at pressing into the heels of the feet so that we really activate the muscles in the backs of the legs for support. Once we've done a few of these, we can go from that hovering position to standing all the way up. So we're hovering and then standing all the way tall. As we press ourselves tall, this part of the body's been closed for all of our practice so far. So we can open it by firming the buttocks and just easing the hips forward a little bit. And then we go back the way, reaching the hands forward, reaching the tailbone backwards. The feet don't move. We lightly kiss the buttocks down and sit again. Let's do a few more of those. Float and then press all the way tall, opening the arms wide, maybe easing the hips forward if that feels good, and then reaching the hands forward as we reach the tailbone back and sit lightly down. One more like this, coming all the way up and then all the way down. And we're going to change the position of the feet. So we're going to bring the right toes back so that the heel of the foot is lifted, and we've got this staggered effect with our left foot being flat on the floor. And we can do the same thing. If you want to practice, you can practice coming to the hover position and then coming all the way up and sitting all the way back down. Different emphasis through the legs. Feel free to go back to having both feet on the floor, nice and flat if you prefer. We are going to do one more on this side. Nice lift. Beautiful. And then look where your left foot is. Place your right foot down so it's parallel. Move the left toes back. So they are now the staggered left heel lifted. Firm in the belly. Hover. Feel free to practice that movement if you wish to. Stand tall. Remember, it is your practice. And whilst I give instructions, they are only guidance. If you need to do something different for your body, feel free. And we'll do one more. And as we do this last one, we're going to stay standing. So coming up, opening the chest, floating the arms down, stepping onto both feet. So both feet are nice and firm and solid on the floor. We're going to soften the knees, just to give ourselves a little bounce here. Any movements that feel good. I like a little figure of 8 with the hips, or you could do nice hip circles. Or it might be something else that floats your boat. In whichever way you're going in the opposite direction as well. I have to think about which way is the opposite direction for figure of 8s. And all we're doing here is trying to find a sense of release on those strong muscular structures that have really helped with our sit to stands. And then we're going to soften the knees, find some length in the body, and gently twist from side to side. Letting the arms be loose and heavy to wrap around the body, tapping the body wherever they fall, and thinking about the big toe joints being connected downwards. That sense of length and lift through the body, active in the belly muscles. Very good. If you wish to, you can add a gentle pivot of the toes, so you lift one heel and then the other, transferring the weight from one foot to the other, unlike that centered position. And then if you'd like to, you can add a little bend in the knees in the center, a bounce and twist, touching the opposite shoulder in front of you, opposite side of the body behind you, nice and lifted in the belly muscles. We'll do just a couple more to each side. And then we're going to lose that bounce, simply pivot. Bring the feet to steadiness and sway back to center. As you come back to standing steady, just taking a moment to stand all the way tall, letting the fingertips be heavy, the crown of the head lifted, and notice the effect of your practice. Everything we've done so far, the combined effect of energizing, lifting energy, making us feel more vital and strong and at ease with our movements, finding that grace that we sometimes not lack, but we forget to encourage. It be me. Right. I was thinking earlier, I hope I don't tread on that weight, and then I did. So I hope that you have got your weight in a much more sensible position. I'm going to pick mine up now anyway. So we're going to use the back of our chair for a bit of support here. And I realize I've moved it right to the end of my mat, but really, I'm going to put my weight on my chair. I'm going to move my legs a little bit here. So if anyone wants to do these sitting down, you absolutely can, but I find it easier to do them standing up. And so for those who find standing up and doing these no problem, I would encourage you always to do that. So we're going to stand with our right hands on the chair. Right leg is going to be our standing leg, and our standing leg wants to be just a little bit soft in the knee. So not super bent, but not locked rigidly straight. So something in between. And then we're going to bend the left knee so the left foot is off the floor, and just make some nice little circles with the left knee. And these circles don't need to be big. We're not looking for range of movement necessarily, but we might build into something like that. But just lubricating this hip joint. So nice movements, nice and firm across the belly muscles. And when you're ready, you can go in the opposite direction. So it doesn't need to be much. It's just a little activating lubrication. You might feel the muscles of your buttocks switching on, which is quite good. Do one more, and then step onto both feet. And you'll notice that your standing leg gets tired, probably more than your moving leg, which is completely normal. Now I've got a handy wall on my other side. You can turn yourself around if you want to, or you can simply hold on to the chair with the right hand, take your weight onto your left leg, little micro bend in that knee, bending the left knee, no, the right knee, and then we're using the opposite leg, which is the important thing. So if I've muddled left and right, simply standing on the opposite leg, micro bend in the standing knee, nice circles with that moving leg. We're a little firm in the belly muscles here, and then we're going to go the opposite way as well. And you don't need to overthink it. Just be guided by how it feels. Does it feel good? Does it feel like there's a little bit more room to move? Does it feel like it's getting tired? That's okay. Just don't go to exhaustion. Do one more. And then stand onto both feet again. Notice how it feels in the body. Perhaps give yourself a little wiggle of the hips, or a dancing shoulders, dancing hips, which is always a nice release after doing any strength practice. Super. And so now we're going to put some leg movements and arm movements all together, and we'll use our weights as well. So I'm putting my chair at the top of my yoga space. You don't have to have a mat at all. If you do, then that's fine. And then I'm going to stand right up against my chair so that I'm almost as close as I can get with my feet hip parallel, don't have to be hip width apart. And then I'm going to step my left foot back. And it doesn't matter how far back it goes, but we do want it to be some distance. So it's quite common for people to be quite cautious and step their feet just a little bit back. But you'll get more from this practice if you can hold onto your chair and just give yourself a little bit more space between the feet. See how it goes. If it doesn't feel right for you, you can come a bit closer again. We want to lean on our chairs a bit so we can look down and see that the toes of our feet are still hip width apart. If you've stepped one foot behind the other, then just widening your left foot out to the left a little. Not a problem at all. And in traditional yoga for a long time, everyone was encouraged to square their hips into the direction of that front foot pointing. But we don't do that anymore, especially as women. So we just let our hips fall wherever they want to go, and that is fine. No worries at all. We're going to hold on to the chair with the right hand and just check that as we bend our right knees, and only the right knee, not the left knee, that the right knee goes over the right foot. So you can go in and out a few times, just bending that knee. And you'll notice that I don't bend my whole body as well. So it's just the knee bending in and out. Aces. So we're going to keep hold of the chair with our right hand. Press the left heel into the floor and think about activating the left buttock, the left thigh, and then bend the right knee. You can glance down as we do that, just making sure of our alignment. And once we've got the alignment, we're going to hold the legs like this. Press the big toes into the floor, the little toes into the floor, and the heels into the floor at the same time. Front knee bent, back leg straight, but not locked. And then we're taking our left arm and we're going to draw nice big circles around the body with the left arm. So it doesn't matter if the arm is lengthened or if you've got a little soft elbow for a slightly smaller circle. We're going to do one more of these. The chest and head can follow the movement if that feels good. Aces. I'm going to leave the legs where they are and reach for our hand weight. And our hand weight is going to be in a bent arm with the elbow close to the body. And we're going to start with the palm facing into, as if we had the palms together like this. So palm facing into the body, and we're lengthening the arm down and just lifting a little backwards and then bringing the arm forwards, bending the elbow halfway, bending the elbow fully. So it's a movement of 4 parts. So we lengthen the arm behind us. We've got a straight arm by the side, bending the elbow halfway, bending the elbow fully. Let us do this one more time after this time. So 2 more times then. This is the last one. So we're going to do all the way back, all the way forward, and then finish straight. Give that shoulder a little roll. And then we're going to keep hold of our hand weight, and we're going to bring our arm into our shoulder again, just like we did at the top of that movement. And then we're going to look forward over where our right toes are pointing and punch that hand forward, but the palm is turned down. So we're moving that, a little rotation through the arm. So we come back, palm faces towards us, punch forward, palm faces down. Come back, elbow back, palm faces towards us, punch forward, palm faces down. Palm faces down, rather. Let's do this 2 more times as well. Little firm in the belly, legs are exactly where they were, front knee bent, back heel pressed into the floor. Very nice. And then we're going to lengthen that arm down to the side, just give the shoulders a little roll. And then our final movement is to soften that elbow and just take our arm slightly out to the side. So from the side, this is a movement that we take to shoulder height or chest height, no higher. Okay, so a soft elbow up to about shoulder or chest height and down. Let's do one more. Shoulder or chest height and down. And then I was going to do one more thing. So we'll see if this works. Going to lean slightly forward on our chair. So forearm on the chair. You can even lean your forehead towards it if you like, but better to stick your bottom out. Keep that front knee bent. And then we're just bending that arm, lifting behind us, bending the elbow. So we're doing that full range of movement that we did with our first movement, but we are doing it all in one go. Lovely job. Let's do one more. And then we will come back to an upright position. Want to soften both knees and lightly step the left foot forward. Place our weights down in the center, just giving the shoulders a little roll, the hips a little roll, and then we'll do a chair-based downward facing dog. So we're going to leave the hands on the chair, take the feet back, slide the hips behind the heels, scooping the belly in, soft in the knees, gently swaying the hips from side to side. And as you do that, you might like to look under one arm and then the other. You might like to think about pressing the big toes into the floor as well as the heels. You might like to lengthen one leg and then the other instead. That's absolutely fine too. Any of these options will do. Those who practice regularly will have their favorites. And when you're ready, you can press into your hands and walk yourself up to your chair back. Now I'm going to turn my chair around. You don't need to, but I'm doing that just so it's easier for you guys to see what I'm doing. So the chair has the weight on, so it's handy to reach, and we are going to step ourselves all the way into the chair as close as we can, and then step the right foot back a comfortable distance. And thinking about, is this the same sort of distance? Have I only given myself a little? Could I hold the chair more fully to get a little bit more space between those 2 feet? As we look down, we want to make sure that the toes of the feet are hip width apart. So your back heel will be turned in. It might be turned in to be behind your left heel. That's not a problem. We want the hips to fall wherever they may. And then we're focused on bending that right knee to be, that left knee, sorry, to be over the left foot. So as you bend and stretch this knee, and bending and stretching the knee is part of the process. So it's really good to train our muscle memory to go to the same place every time, or the place we expect it to be, and as we move. Then with straight legs, we're focused on the big toe joints, the little toe joints, the outside edges of the feet. We are firming the buttocks and the back leg without locking that leg straight. And we're going to bend that front knee without traveling forward. So we're really sinking down between the two sides of the body. Okay, firm in the belly muscles. We start with a nice big circling of the left arm. Right arm, left arm, right arm. Circling the right arm around the body. Doesn't matter what size of circle you do. My lefts and rights have gone away from me today for sure. And then when we've done those circles, we're going to reach for our weight. Keep hold of the hand with the keep hold of the chair with the left arm, and we want to have the right palm facing into the body. So we're going to start from this down position. We're going to bend the elbow halfway up and then lift all the way up. So your hand is next to your shoulder, halfway down, all the way down, and then just pressing back a little. Super stuff. Coming back to the neutral spot, bend halfway up, all the way up, halfway down, all the way down, and then squeezing to press that arm slightly behind the body. Very good. Halfway up, all the way up, halfway down, all the way down, and then pressing back behind the body. Nice and firm in the belly muscles. Let's do one more. All the way up, all the way down, squeezing and releasing. Smashing. And then from here, we're going to bring our weight up to chest height, and we're going to rotate at the shoulder. So we're going to punch this weight forward, but the palms facing down as the arm's extended, and the palm faces in towards the body as the arm is retracted. So we're punching forwards, legs are exactly the same, nice and strong. Elbow draws backwards, punching forwards, elbow drawing backwards. Let's do two more, because I can't remember how many we've done. Not to worry. Very good. Relax this arm down to the side. Just give any sort of wiggle a wiggle. Keep that front knee bent. Keep the legs nice and strong. And then we're reaching our arm out to the side. We want it to be about chest height, shoulder height at the very highest, and releasing down. The arm lengthened but not straight at the elbow, only going as high as feels comfortable. We can do two more after this one, and I'm hoping that's 5 everywhere. We may have only done 4 on each one of the last ones on the other side, but aiming for 5 is good. And then our final exercise here, checking the shoulders feel good, is to lean forward. And we want to almost shift our weight as close to the chair as possible, create a diagonal line around the back, down the back of the body. And we're going to start with the weight all the way forward, palm facing towards us, and then lengthen the arm all the way back, trying to get a little bit of lift by squeezing the shoulder blade towards each other, using the muscles in the back of the arm. All the way forward and all the way back, all the way forward. And then just squeezing to create that little bit of lift. Let's see, let's do 2 more. Love the job. And then you can place your weight down wherever it's comfortable. And then lightly step your right foot in. Give yourself a little march in place if that feels good. You might like a little swing of the hips or a roll of the hips or the shoulders. Dancing shoulders, dancing hips is always nice to do. And then we'll finish with our downward facing dog. So we're coming to bring the feet away from the chair, sliding and gliding the hips back as we bend the knees, lengthening that space underneath the arms, giving a sway of the hips from side to side. If it feels good, you can bring the hips to center and then lengthen one leg and then the other. But do whatever variations of this pose you find most useful as a release. Take one more deep breath in and out, and then we're pressing into the chair back to walk our feet forward find our standing pose. And as soon as you feel steady and stable, we're going to do two cleansing breaths. Breathing in, taking the arms around the body and up. Breathing out, palms together at the center of the chest. And one more like that. Breathing in and breathing out. Very nice. So before we come to sitting down, we're going to do just a little bit of action with the arms, and then we'll do the legs standing and we'll sit down and do the arms. I think that's the easiest way. So standing now side onto your chair, we're going to stand on the left leg first. We're going to soften the knee, both knees in fact, so it's a little crouch in the knees, and then we're going to cross the right foot over the left foot, and if you can, put the right toes on the floor. And if you prefer, you can bend the knees a little deeper and really wrap the outside of the right foot into the left ankle. So with the toes off the floor if you prefer. The knees remain a little bit bent. And we've got this whole thing where our bodies perhaps want to fold forward, but we're going to stay as upright as we can, firm in the belly muscles, and just sinking into the feet as deep as feels comfortable, squeezing the upper thighs towards each other. And it can be done straighter with the toes down or more bent with the feet off the right foot off the floor. And you're just holding and breathing. So that's all it is. This is Garudasana, eagle pose, legs. It's nice to do a twist that involves the limbs rather than the torso. It's like a counterbalance. And then uncrossing the legs, standing onto both feet, just giving yourself a little march in place, any sorts of wiggles that need a wiggle. And we can do the same thing to the other side. So right foot's going to be our standing leg. We're going to bend both knees and just wrap the left foot across. Maybe the toes are on the floor. We've still got the thighs squeezed together, but maybe we can bend the knees a little deeper and just press the outside of the left foot to the outside of the right ankle. Many lefts and rights. Nice and soft and buoyant in the knees wherever you are. Think about drawing the belly muscles in and keeping the back upright, the crown of the head lifted. And we simply breathe here, pressing the thighs towards each other. Long, deep breaths. And then very gently lengthening, uncrossing the legs. Just giving your legs a little shake out. If it feels good to do that, hopefully. And then before we sit down, I keep saying that we're doing the last thing and then we do another thing. But before we sit down, we're going to take the feet nice and wide, facing your chair back, and then just ease, bending one leg and then the other. So here we think about sticking our bottoms out behind us a little bit, firm in the belly. So a little bit like the position we have for downward dog with the torso. And we're thinking about creating length down the inside of one leg and then the other. So it tends to be quite tight on the inner thighs. We've just activated them with that lovely standing balance. And now we're going to create a bit of sense of length and movement and space with this side to side action. And very gently coming to the center, I'm going to press to stand through the legs to stand tall. We're going to step our feet together, jump the feet together, scissor the feet together, whatever feels good to you. So I'm just moving my chair back here. I'm moving also my weight out of the way and gathering the things, sorry, I need for relaxation. I'm just knocked over a pile of stuff, but it's okay. Well, it's only yoga equipment, nothing to worry about. So as you come to sitting down, should feel like quite a nice relief to be off the feet. The legs have worked really, really hard today. Feels like the arms should have worked hard because of the weights, but actually we held those postures for much longer than we normally do, which means that there was a lot of effort in the legs. We're going to finish our practice with a few arm shoulder stretches. So sitting, taking the arms nice and wide and wrapping the left arm over the right arm to hold onto your shoulders, trying to, if you can, get the upper arms crossed as high up the body as possible, high up the arms as possible. And then let the weight of the arms fall onto the chest. As you breathe deeply, feeling that space between the shoulder blades. Maybe one more deep breath here. Then we'll take the arms nice and wide. We're going to do the same thing in the other direction, but first, reach the arms wide and move the hands backwards, and then cross right arm over left arm. And we're going to hold onto our shoulders. Let the weight of the arms be really heavy. Long, deep breaths. Feel that space between the shoulder blades. When you're ready, taking the arms nice and wide again, reaching them open and wide, widen the chest, and then floating them down behind you, down to the sides rather. And then we're going to finish by reaching for the chair back behind you, sitting as close to the front of your chair as you can. Roll the shoulder blades towards each other, maybe bend the elbows and then lengthen the arms. So as you bend the elbows, you get a very different feel across the front of the body. Try really hard not to drop your head forward to counterbalance. Keep the chin lifted, the head length, neck lengthening up. And if you wish to, just holding for a moment in whichever variation of the arms feels like the best stretch for you. Deep breath in and out. And then very gently easing out of that, just releasing a little at a time. Rolling the shoulders, moving the neck, making any movements that feel good in your body. And now we are ready for relaxation. So on the West Coast today, I don't know about for Janice because she's a bit further south, but in Durham on the West Coast today, it was really sunny. But it has become a little bit cloudy here at this side. So obviously always missing the best weather. Not really. We've had excellent sunshine here over the last few weeks. We're going to wrap ourselves up in a blanket though to keep nice and cozy, and all those muscles that we activated will then get to soften and release during relaxation. Sit right back into your chair now. Allow the chair back to support the back of the body, and allow the feet to rest to the floor, the muscles in the thighs just to switch off gently. Resting the hands and arms wherever they're comfortable, closing your eyes. Taking a last moment to fidget or move the body into the most comfortable position, and then bring your body to stillness. Take a deep breath in and sigh out through the mouth. We'll do one more, quite a forceful sigh. And then we're going to do two really slow, gentle sighs. Deep breath in. Long, slow, gentle releasing sigh. Last one, deep breath in. Long and slow and gentle, surrendering your weight back and down, releasing, relaxing. Let your breath fall back into its natural rhythm and fall into quietness. Take your awareness into your forehead, feel it soften. Feel the area around your eyes relaxing. Your mouth, tongue, jaw, releasing. Become aware of the back of your body. Feel the parts of the back of the body that today have been really active. Across the back of the neck and shoulders, backs of the arms, the middle back, low back, buttocks, backs of the thighs, calves, and the soles of the feet. Notice the areas of the body that feel strengthened, warmed, or lengthened and released. Allow the whole of the back of the body to feel heavy, warm, softening down, comfortably relaxing into the chair and the floor. Move your awareness to the front of your body. Become aware of the space over you and around you. Feel the parts of the front of the body that have been engaged, energized, revitalized. Become aware of sensations across the chest, the fronts or insides of the arms, the abdomen, the fronts of the thighs, the ankles, the tops of the feet, the palms of the hands. Allow the front of the body to feel softness, that gentle kiss of air on your face, lightness, softening and releasing. Move your awareness to your breath. Focus on the gentle movement of the breath. The rhythm of your breath. The sensation of the breath. As we follow the breath, we're going to repeat a mantra mentally. So in your mind, breathing in as you repeat the word so, breathing out ham. Breathing in so, breathing out ham. Each breath in so, each breath out ham. Following your own rhythm of breath. The whole body softening, the face, the shoulders. Breathing in so, breathing out ham for the remainder of your relaxation. Gently begin to deepen your breath, bringing your awareness back to your hands and your feet by moving your fingers, your toes, maybe rolling the wrists and the ankles. When you feel ready, take a deep breath in and stretch the body in any way that feels good. Maybe stretching the face of the yawn. Oh, maybe lengthening the arms and the legs, or doing a little gentle side bend. Oh. When you feel ready, you can gather yourself back towards center and bring the hands to rest together at the center of the chest. Sitting tall, taking your chin towards your chest. Today we repeated the Soham mantra in relaxation, and this translates in Sanskrit to I am that. I am that which is strong. I am that which is kind. I am that which is patient. I am that which is free. Any I am that statement that comes to mind, just focus on that now as your intention for the rest of your week. Say the statement with determination. I am that which is. Give yourself a soft smile. And when you're ready, raising your head and opening your eyes. Thank you so much for joining in this practice with me today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I look forward to practicing with you again soon. Namaste.